So today I'm going to talk to you about how you can start to like your job more, even if you want to become an entrepreneur, even if you're like, fuck the system, I want to escape the matrix, and I don't want to work a 9 to 5 job my whole life. You should still have an attitude that you want to be a good employee because if you want to be an entrepreneur, you're going to have to be a leader at some point. So if you have this attitude at work that, oh, I'm better than this, or I don't need to be doing these tasks because I'm going to be an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurs are on this level, well, I just want to say that that's not a good entrepreneur. And a good entrepreneur doesn't put himself above the work. An entrepreneur actually does the hardest work. An entrepreneur actually leads by example and does the tasks even harder. So before I get too far in, I actually just want to mention I have a free community that I just created on School. It's called School. It's a platform where you can host like online communities. And I just created a free one. And it's about self improvement and just like general areas of your self improvement. So if you want to like join a community where you can get better, there will be live calls on it. And right now it's live calls every day. So it'd be pretty cool to like meet some of you guys actually in over the live calls and in person. So check out the link in the description for that. But anyways, back to what I was saying about entrepreneurship and liking your job more. So me personally, I'm gonna be honest, there were points where I was like, well, I'm not gonna be working a full-time job my whole life, so I don't even need to do a good job, or I don't even need to like focus on this or care about these people. And I'm kind of ashamed to say it. Like, that's not a good attitude to have, you know? And there were points where I kind of realized that, and I did get better at my job. I actually there, towards the end of when I worked my full-time job, I actually finished off pretty strong. And what I realized is that as an entrepreneur, our goal is to help people and provide value for them. So you just want to be a resourceful person. Like you want to be that reliable guy. You want to be the guy that people can count on. You want to be on time. And towards the end of my full-time job, I was a little late, and that's not good because again, it's the attitude like, oh, I'm above these guys. But that's a bad attitude to have. It's this entitled attitude. And again, I'm ashamed to say that there were times where I took on this entitled attitude, and that's not the way to go about it. So, how can you actually get better at your job? Well, the first thing is to understand that you must be present in what you're doing. So if your mind is focused on, oh, I need to be an entrepreneur, I need to focus on my business, then you're just going to like miss a lot of what's actually going on. And it's actually going to hurt because your mind is somewhere else and you have this like habit of your mind focusing on your business, even if you're at work, you're going to have this habit of your mind focusing on something else. And therefore, you're you're going to have a tougher time when you do work on your business because when you're working on your business, you have this habit of your mind being somewhere else. So finally, when you do get the opportunity to work on your business, then you're not even going to be able to focus on it anyways. So the point there is that if you're in your full-time job, then and you want to be an entrepreneur, then be the best worker that you can be. Be the best worker there, provide the most value. And it's a business. You work for a business if you're in a job. So if you want to be a business owner, like then learn about the business. You literally have an opportunity while you're at work to learn about the business. And that's something I wish I like did more of in my full-time job was learn more about the actual business and learn more about like how we got the customers and all that stuff, which I did. I did have a pretty good understanding of that, but the more you learn about like the job that you work for and the operations and the sales, the better of an entrepreneur you will be for your own business. So ask questions to your coworkers, ask questions to your managers, and learn about the overall, like the bigger picture of your business. Understand your role in your business and your in the job you're in. Understand your role in that company. Because if you think you're above what you are, it's just not a good attitude to have. And yeah, there were times, I'm gonna be honest, like I said, I had that entitled attitude, and I'm ashamed to say it. Like I used to work at a golf course, for example, and one of my jobs was to like clean the bathroom. And I was one of the only guys that, and not even just guys, like girls that worked there too. I was one of the only people that, and I was in a manager role. So I wasn't just like like an employee. I was in a manager role, and I was one of the only people that cleaned the bathroom. And if I had this entitlement, like, oh, I don't clean bathrooms, I'm a manager, then it would have put me above that. But when I actually took pride and I cleaned the bathroom because I realized that it's a reflection of me, I cleaned the bathroom. Now customers come in and they see a clean bathroom. And then they see me working at the front counter. And not that they exactly attribute it to me, but they attribute the clean bathroom to the employees that work there. So I kind of understood that like it kind of all relates together. So the main point is to not have this entitlement and put yourself above the organization if you want to become an entrepreneur. If you want to become an entrepreneur, well, first of all, I'm saying become an entrepreneur. The way to become an entrepreneur is say you are an entrepreneur. I am an entrepreneur. You don't become an entrepreneur. You just are one. But it doesn't start out like that. Like I don't know, I'm gonna get on another like topic, but anyways, if you are an entrepreneur or you want to become an entrepreneur, then start to like your job more. Start to like any job that you have. You should like business. You should like working. It should be a fun thing. You should want to be the best worker, whatever organization you're in. Even though I'm not working a full-time job right now, I feel like maybe I'm cocky, but or maybe I'm just confident, but I feel like I can go back into any business, any organization, and provide value for them because I've learned more about business in general, and learning more about business in general has helped me become like a better employee because I understand the role of the employee. So take more pride in your work. Like, don't have this like sour attitude, like, oh, well, I'm not even gonna be in this job too long anyways. I'm gonna have my own business. And the only reason I'm like saying it in that voice was that because that was me. And it's not a good attitude to have. I wish I wish I was even more helpful to the company I worked at. I wish I provided more value. I don't like that I had that attitude. So, just a reminder to you that you're never above the position you're in. You know, have humility in the position you're in and like just try to enjoy your job a little bit more. Even if you're in a job you don't like, even if you're in the wrong job, like you spend 8 hours a day doing this. Like, can you imagine that 8 hours a day and you don't like what you're doing? Like, try to make it at least a little fun. And I'm getting like, passionate about this because it just sucks because a lot of people don't like their jobs. And yeah, even when I worked my job, I wanted to be an entrepreneur and I wanted to have my own business and do my own thing. But even when I had my job, I wasn't like miserable there. I mean, sometimes, like I said, there were times where I had the attitude like, oh, I'm above this, but I wasn't like completely miserable. If you're completely miserable at a job, like if you have no option to quit your job right now, then try to enjoy it a little bit more if you're going to be there anyways, you know? So hopefully this helps. And I'm not really telling you like what to do as an employee. You can have the attitude you want, but this is just what this like passion and me telling you what to do just is based off of my experience as a worker. And like I said, even though I don't have a full-time job right now, I like working. So if I get into an organization, I know I'm gonna like it because I like being in a job. I don't like being in a job, but because I like the freedom of entrepreneurship, but I like working. So try to develop a better relationship to work and it will help you out because you're going to be doing it for a long time. And if you can really like your work, then it's going to be very fulfilling. So hopefully this helps and you got some value out of this. Hit that like and subscribe button. And again, check out that free community and maybe I can see you in there. We can start networking with like-minded people. And don't forget about the live calls where I can help you out. So thanks for watching. And yeah, see you soon.